As we're underway here in Week 16. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out comes the Redskins offense now onto the field. Leading the charge will be their quarterback, always fun to watch, Deshaun Watson.
Now, the meeting we had with him this week, that's one of the briefer ones we've ever had, isn't it?
He wasn't too happy after last week.
Not happy. Really determined to play a whole lot better, and he really can't play a whole lot worse. He's got to go out and show the team that the goods that he exhibited early are still there. Otherwise, he could lose the confidence that they have in him.
Yeah, hoping to get rid of that interception bug. Now a handoff working right. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he powers his way up past the 30. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for first.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Back to throw, Watson. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It goes for a gain of 10, and it's a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and then hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. A shotgun snap for Watson. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And that one good for 16 yards and a first.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Throwing on third down, Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Shepard. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
He's to the 10, and he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
Now they try the right side here. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Watson, off play action. Trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. Last week, somehow they won. He threw all those picks, but they still won. Here, opening drive, unfortunately, he picked up where he left off.
Partner, you get a lot of extra patience when you find a way to win despite you making mistakes. But starting out again this game, that patience is going to wear thin really quick. And I think the guys on the defensive side of the ball will be the first ones to let him know that's got to stop.
The numbers for him from a week ago, 15 carries, 60 yards.
Well, we know they've clinched a playoff spot, but there's plenty of football left to play. And I'm a proponent of continuing to do what you've done throughout the season, especially with teams that are heavy run teams. Because if you throttle back too early, you lose the rhythm of the run game, not just with the runner, but with the offensive line as well.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A big play there with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. Pretty clean and simple there, just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And they'll go with a ground attack here. Oh, and now he bowls him over. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. So 1 quarter in the books on a cold December afternoon. 7-0 is our score. We'll come back to Indianapolis after this.
Reset. Set. Black 22. Black.
And they'll run it here. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage. scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be third down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative. But you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
Used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Richmond.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
Now we've got whistles here before the snap. Was this on the Redskins? I think so.
False start, offense.
And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets it down to the 32. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Yeah, once more, strong running. Excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to... Feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Redskins on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And a short gain here down to the 22. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
Now, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, That's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Weber, they'll roll him out right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want... I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
3rd down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win, and the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now a handoff looking right, and he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Redskins will take control of the football in great field position. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. On 1st down, it's Watson. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the 1st half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. As they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the 2nd down pass play only went for 2. Here's Watson. He's got his target. It's Cobb. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. In for the score. And the Redskins are able to strike for 6.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Marty looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
Now for the point after. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
After the interception, here's Watson. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. From the gun, here's Watson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. The Redskins on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Watson. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the 1st half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Redskins who have the lead here. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The weather might be cold, but the playoff races are heating up here on this final Sunday before Christmas.
An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. A big play there for Andy. 48 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get...
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. As his guys are in for 6. And the Colts have tied things up. They can take the lead with the extra point. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will put them on top here in the third. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here's the Redskins offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
Here's Watson now on second down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with a man.
Throw left side complete. That's Shepard. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A gain of 13 and also a first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And he'll go down at the 28. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the Sticks move again.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Down. Black 22.
On second down, here's Watson. And this one caught by Hunter over the middle. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. First target, first catch, and a first down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running.
And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. In for the score. And the Redskins are able to strike for 6. Now Adam Gase has put a pair of fingers up in the air. His offense is going to go for 2.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody, but those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. Defense just has to hate those guys.
It just drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
With that penalty, they only need 1 yard for the 2-point conversion.
And that can make all the difference trying to get those 2 points, right? Inches count down here in short territory. Maybe now they can get the 2 points that they want a lot easier.
Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
This is a real lift for a defense. It's been a long drive, and you're starting to drag a little bit out there. Been pushed back, and now instead of caving in, here's the play you were waiting for. And the interception means that long drive is going to yield nothing for the offense.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
It'll buy some time right. Wide open receiver complete. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. To throw on second down. Weaver. He's got it. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
They come out here in the eye. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Colts can now take the lead if they convert the extra point. So here we go. The Colts will go for 2.
Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
Operating from the gun. Weaver. And this is caught. And they've got the lead here in the fourth. Could have been up one with a point after, but they go for two. And it worked.
It almost seems like they're trying to set an identity, doesn't it? We're going to be one of those teams that every time we get a chance to put extra points on the board, we will. Because really, it's minimal in difference, right? Whether you have one or two, a field goal can still get you.
Out comes the Washington offense as we get a look at the playoff race in the NFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
You're impressed, aren't you?
I am.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. But the Redskins look to get this one back, and indeed they did. It's still Washington football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction.
And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
A free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
Comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah.
Not sure what you're thinking here, partner, but I believe the officials have done a nice job here getting together and then coming out and indicating that there was a receiver in the area.
Absolutely, and he was in the area. Correct call made, no grounding. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
In this situation, the dictation is coming from the defense, right? They're going to tell you, you can have 6, 7 yards, do that all the way downfield. Let's just go ahead and take the time off the clock. I think they've got to start attacking vertically a lot more.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Hits his target, Hunter. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. Fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Time for a break. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On first down, Watson. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. Watson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hunter. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again. Now it's Watson finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. Now it's Watson. Over the middle, complete. It's Hunter. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. Now we've got whistles here before the snap. Was this on the Redskins? I think so.
Offense.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
Watson now to throw. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there? This has been a tough game. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it. As the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Now let's go.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. This is caught. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. The offense going to stay on the field as they will line up and go for 2.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
And that one drops to the ground, incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds, 19 left. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And here come the Redskins now. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
Richmond.
Watson on 1st down. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. Now a 1st down throw, Watson. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their third of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they've missed a golden opportunity.
Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. Third down now.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. One last throw here for Watson. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.